Well, good morning. I've travelled 80 miles today to do my little annual pilgrimage down to the River Itchen. 80 miles down to Southampton way, and we've come down to try for a grayling. I love a little bit of grayling fishing, especially when the weather's bad at sea, which it has been for ages. But I didn't expect, we've had a lot of rain lately, and I didn't expect the river to be as low as it is. And I've come to my usual little spot. If you've watched me enough, you will have seen me fish here before. But there's literally 30 centimetres of water to my left on the right hand side of the platform as you're looking. And then I've got a bit of water to the left here, which is fine. But normally I've got my set routine and tactics. And I've got to change that today because I'll be fishing in that much water and there is no fish on the gravel bar where I normally see them. It's changed a lot since I was last here. I think we're just gonna have to play it by ear here and see. If not, I'll have to change swims. But the trouble I've got is the banks have got about a 2-foot drop from them, and it's not particularly safe for me to be leaning over those banks. So that's the plan. But simple tactics. I brought one rod, one reel, and a little selection of gear, trotting maggots and sweet corn down there, and we'll try and pick a few of these things off. Like I said, grayling the target, brown trout are here. There is also sea trout, salmon parr, and there is a few bigger beasties in here as well. We've got pike, which I don't expect to see today, and we've got barbel, and there is salmon. And I have hooked, I think, a salmon before, and it gave me an absolute runaround. But that's the plan. So I'm going to get tackled up, put some bait in, and see if I can't snaffle a few out off the bat. Right, so I've sacked off the platform for a minute because I've just come down here out the way to set up, and there's a large gravel bar here and it drops off into deeper water, and I put a little bit of maggot out just to let it wash over the top, and straight away I've seen some little fish nipping out to grab it. Now I think they're salmon parr. They didn't look like grayling, although there could well be some grayling there. So I'm just going to go down with single reg maggot. I've got quite a big hook just because there's brown trout in here and they put up a scrap, and you need a bit of a meaty hook to get them. But we're just fishing with a loafer float there on a coram glide, but it's just 6 pounds straight through, and I am probably a bit deep here currently, but we'll give it a go anyway. I mean, I'm only 1.5 foot, 2 foot deep, but it's shallow. In fact, I can see a lovely grayling just in front of me here now, so I'm going to have a quick go. What you'll find is you'll nab a few and then you can spook it quite quick. And I can see a couple of trout hanging off the end of the platform as well. So there's fish here. I've got my little wading pouch here with all my bait in it, just to make life a bit easier for me. And then I'm going to try and see if I can't be very tactical and let this wash over this gravel bar and try and get something. So there's no casting involved at the minute. And there we go. Oh, there's a lovely grayling. There is some nice grayling down there, but we're hooking up already on that gravel bar. There we go. Oh. Well, I said there was some small stuff down there. Straight away, we've got a little tiny salmon parr. I was hoping for a grayling, but I'll take a salmon parr off the bat. Salmon parr to start the morning, absolutely tiny. I'll put a picture in there for you. But yeah, you're not allowed to wade here. This is a shame because actually I'm only in about 30 centimetres of water. But I'll keep them entertained. That wouldn't have disturbed the swim, tiny. But I am a bit deep, so I will shallow this up. Let's try again. I've got me unhooking mat and my landing net just out of sight to you. I've got a long rod here just so I haven't got to worry about casting so much. There is a lot of overhanging trees. So I'm just going to plonk that down in there. I'm going to let that run out into the main tide. And then we just repeat. Start trying to dial down what we're doing now. Good bit of fun this. I do like coming down here once or twice every year just to catch a few grayling, and when you do get a big brown trout, it is good fun. I'm not I don't profess to be a professional grayling fisherman, even a trout fisherman, and those people who fish on the fly and whatever else are probably going to begrudge me doing what I'm doing here now with maggots and corn and stuff, but you know, it needs must. Oh, there's a big grayling right by the bait there. I saw that. Big grayling. I can see a lot of fish coming up for the bait there. Oh, there's one. Oh, big grayling. There's a lot of small minnows down there. I might be better off on a bit of corn. That'll put the minnows off, but on the salmon parr. But the grayling will wolf that down, so will a brown trout. But there is some lovely fish there. Okay, so I'm on single reds at the minute. So there goes a couple of reds. They will wash over because they've got nothing to catch on. And then we're going to put that bait down there amongst them. And there is another. It's not what I want. It's another salmon parr. Yeah, another beautiful little salmon parr though, but they're tiny. They're getting to the baits before the grayling. Oh, there's fish there. Come on. Yeah, there's one. There's one. There's one. Oh, it's a brown trout. It's a nice one. Oh, it's going down tide. Oh, this is a good one. You don't want to come out of there, and I've got to be careful because I'm only on £6 line. Yeah, it's a nice one. Going to hold the pressure on him, tire him out, hopefully. There's a big overhanging tree. Now, any person with legs would just run down the river and get him in the next swim. But I can't do that, so I'm a little bit stuck. I've got to be careful I don't fall in. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've hooked him in the bloody tail. That's why. He's foul looked. Yeah, what he's done is he's come up to get it, decided to abort last minute, and then hooked himself in the tail. There we go, he's in. He's in. Right, I come up here and show you. First one of the day. It's a lovely little brown trout. Yeah, I hooked him in the tail, so he went off like a rocket, but we got him in the end. Beautiful colours on these. They do get a lot bigger in here. I've had them to nearly £6 in this very swim. But yeah, oh, it's a lovely fight on the Coram glide there. That was just a single red maggot, and that would have spooked the swim a little bit. So I'm just gonna, I can still see them down there darting about. So you normally get a couple of fish before they start getting a bit wary. I have seen grayling down there. They've got a very telltale dorsal fin. Very prominent, sticks up really high, that they use to steer themselves about. And it's got a bit of a red tip on it. And I've seen a couple of good ones. But that was a trout. But I don't mind catching them. Bit of a nuisance when you are grayling fishing. But I don't mind. Right, let's go again. Let's see. There's a nice grayling right there. There's one, there's a bite as well. There is a very big grayling in this swim. It looks a couple of pound. It looks very good. I'm going to try and see if I can't thwart him a little bit. That's perfect. There he is. There comes one. Oh, there's loads just out there in the middle. They're smart creatures, these ones. They are right there. There's a lot of fish in this swim, a lot of fish, but they're not taking that bait. The corn normally gets the grayling and the trout. The maggots does well with the to catch a sea trout or a brown trout. The corn normally gets them, but the grayling also love a bit of corn. And I've only been feeding maggot really so far, so I'm hoping that something different on its own, so not too many freebies to start with, we'll get them feeding. But we've got a little twist up at the end here. There we go, right. Here we go. Will that change work? So again, we're just looking one single piece of corn, just once, and then there we go. Oh, that's a trout that is. Oh, I think that's a trout there. Yep. That though is another trout. Don't want it going down there. Got to turn it quick. And that's going to destroy the swim. I saw that take it and it just sat there in the tide, so I just lifted into it. Better one though this, and it's hooked in the mouth. Now a brown trout will normally swim up, the last one didn't because it was tail hooked, but they will normally swim up tide, and then you just can play in there until they tire themselves out. But this is going to destroy my swim. All right, he's already out, he's already here in the shallow water. He's going completely away from me. No, don't go down there. In the net. Perfect. And that is a good trout. That is much better. Oh, that is a lovely fish. Again, I'll come up here and show you. There you go, lovely fish. Beautiful brown trout. That's a couple of brown trout already and a couple of salmon parr. Now, that was a lot of splashing, so I thought it was going to spook the glide or the swim, but it hasn't. And what I'll do is I've got a long tripod here. I'll try and throw some bait out and put the camera over the top, and you can see some of these fish darting in. In there is brown trout and grayling and salmon parr. Brown trout are generally a lot bigger, but there is a lovely grayling in there. There's 2 or 3 grayling, and some of them are about half a pound. But there is one in there, he looks every bit of £2. Just got to get to him. Right, I'll try and put some bait in for you and have a look. So you're going to be looking around here. There you go, see that? There you go. There's loads of them down there, they're all grayling. Put a bit more, try and get them closer in for you. There you go, there's a grayling. 2 grayling there. There's a lot of fish there now. Let's see if we can get one. I'll try and fool them again. A little bit of bait in, and then offer it the hook bait amongst it. Well, there's one, there's something. Didn't even know that was on. Looks like a salmon parr. No, it's not, it's a target. Yes. Tiny, but it's the target. That small, I could swing it in. That small, I could swing it in. Lady of the stream. Little baby grayling. Just on the single maggot. I saw a fish dart out to the bait. That's all it came to. Size 10 with a maggot on it. I saw it dart out to the bait and then just stay put, and the float stayed put with it. So. Okay, so first target of the day, or second really. Brown trout was a target, but grayling number 1, but very small. But he fell. I told you if you get enough of them, feed in, they will fall. Can we get a bigger one? See if we can't confuse them again and get them tempted. A few freebies, drop that in there amongst it. There's a good one. There's another one. Why are they not taking that hook bait though? That's the question. They're ignoring that. They are ignoring my hook bait, which means they can see it. I know it's quite a big hook for you freshwater purists, but if I get a brown trout like I have done, you want to be able to get them. Oh, I thought we had one then. I think what's happening is I might try and move this. I've got a shot about halfway down, and I think it's making the bait act a little bit unnatural. I'm going to move it down an inch or two. Maggot's still fine because it hasn't been hit. Move that shot down an inch or two, see if I can't get it to fall through the water a bit better, a bit more natural. That should sit that bait a bit deeper, because obviously the current will waft it up. There we go. There's quite a lot of fish there, come on. Not having it. Oh, thought we had a bite then, but it hung up. Oh, that was a bite though. That was a bite. I saw a grayling come up to that. Ay, ay, ay. We're going to get a nice grayling today and then I'll be satisfied. They may well have had a bit of pressure over the last few weeks. I'm going to go to a single piece of corn, yellow sweet corn. I've got some red stuff as well. It's just what I had left in the freezer. They're not particularly fussy. I was saying that, they are fussy, but they will take more. There's one. There's one. Oh, that was a grayling as well. I saw that dart straight out for that corn. He let that go pretty quick. He's coming back for it though. I saw that come straight out and grab that, and then it let go. Oh, and again, they're going for the corn. That's good. Put it there. There we go. There's one hanging about there now. There's one hanging about the bait. There's one hanging about the bait. Come on. There's one. That's another grayling. Small one though. Small one, but he wanted it. Again, I can swing that one in, very small. It's come off on the hook there, but another grayling. Very small, but very feisty. There we go. It's a lovely little grayling. And Clayton the bailiff is here. Clayton the bailiff is an ex-sniper, even the same regiment as me, 1 PWRR, and he is the local bailiff here, and he's also the bailiff and the ghillie, so you can book him if you want to. And I booked today on a website called FishPal. Yeah, a website called FishPal, and I'll put a link in the description. It's quite an expensive day, it's £32.50, but it's a very lovely, well-kept water, and it's got a good head of fish. And it's well worth it. If you fancy like a nice day, it's well worth it. Feeder tactics work here. There is pike in here, like I said earlier. If you want to have a go for pike, pike's good. And I will come back down for that, I think. Well, let's see if I can't snaffle one of these out yet. There's one. There's one though. That is a grayling, I think. Yeah, that is a grayling. That is a grayling. Haven't seen how big yet. Oh, it's the biggest one of the day, but it's still not massive. Yeah, try and let him. Yeah, it's a bigger one. I will have to net this one. Okay, it's not massive, people, but it's It's the biggest one of the day, and it's big enough that I don't want to swing it in and hurt the fish or snap off. But this is exactly what we want. I'm not doing this very pretty, Ben, I am. Not doing this very pretty. I struggle to bend down. I'm not a complete noddy. I just struggle to bend down. And then that, there we go, that's better. You need to give yourself enough line to do that. And that is another grayling. Right, soft grass just here, so I'm going to put him straight down there. It's a lovely grayling. The big dorsal fin there that I mentioned earlier. Nothing's changed other than I've got a bunch of red maggots on there, so there's 3 on there. I have caught sea trout doing that before, they're quite partial to this. Haven't seen one though, normally see the sea trout jumping. I've seen browns, but let's try and see if we can't. It's the first time I've done the 3 maggot trick, so let's see if we can't fool them. I'll see loads of small stuff straight away. There's one. Oh, missed that then. What can happen is I can get a bit wary of the corn and they'd start rejecting this one. Oh, struck too hard there, Ben. They get a bit wary of the corn and they start rejecting it until they get confident again, and a maggot or 2 can just tempt him in. So I had 2 bites there, just missed them. One let go straight away. The other one was a bit slow. Right, that hook bait is right amongst all that lot. They're practically attacking the float. There's one. There's one. There's one. It's a grayling. That's a grayling. Here's a better one. Still not massive. Still not massive, but it is what we're after. And then, it's only just hooked in the mouth there, I can see it. Okay. Oh, and that has just come off. There we go, that did just ping out. I can see it just down there in the edge. Never mind. That was another grayling though. Trout. He is going to fight hard there. Awesome. Another brown trout on the bunch of maggots. All right, what have we got there? It's a trout of some description. Looks more sea trouty. Well, it looks sea trouty because I think it is. Oh no, it's another brown. Yeah, another brown. Thought it was a sea trout, but it's not. It's another brown trout. There's another one. It's another trout though. It's another trout. Where are these grayling? I know there is one down there because I can see it, but it don't want to play. This is going to be, if we get it in, it's trout number 7. Got its head up, so I'm just going to guide it to the net. Another lovely brown trout. Number 7 now. There's a fish darting around there. There's a big grayling right there. Come on, let's have him. Well, that's where they are. Come on. Another trout though. Another trout. That's a spirit. Oh, this is a better one. What's this? Oh, this has got to be a sea trout. It's leaping all over the place. It's leaping all over the place, this one. Trout number 9 though. Yeah. There we go. Oh, we're having a really fun morning. 9 trout now. I say trout, so that's browns, and the last one was another sea trout. I think we've had 2 or 3 sea trout now. Only the 4 grayling though, and they've all been very small. There's the one big one lurking. He just will not take a hook bait. It's really frustrating, but they're still feeding. I'm putting the offerings in. They're still bombarding. They're still feeding. So I will keep plugging away. I'm gonna take a little break in a minute, put some bait in, have a little reset, have a drink. And I'll come back to it in a minute, but they're really on. But it's been a good morning so far, good fun. Just short trotting tactics, not long trotting down the whole river, just little tiny bits of the swim. And we're plucking them out, feeding, plucking them out, and it's going really well. So really lovely, relaxing session. But yeah, River Itchen, great little private fishery this one. Fish Pal, it's in the description. Lower Itchen, £32.50. Have a lovely day. Alright, mixing it up slightly, going to put 4 on. Big wriggly bunch there. Nice big wriggly bunch of maggots. And I'm going to loose feed. Just 3 or 4 there. Over that gravel bar, let that wash over. Hopefully they come in the edge. Down goes the bait. It's a big bait. It's going out in the centre. I didn't really want it there. But we'll let it go. Oh, that's straight under. Oh, it went though. It went. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and ignore this bit I've been fishing there. I'm going to fish a slightly bigger bit here. Right. See if we can't do this. So you're over the bushes a little bit here, sorry. That's trotting down nicely. Oh. So I'm just letting this run down. There's a fish. Oh yeah, that's gone. That's another little Salmon Parr. There we go. Oh, there might be something else. Yeah, no, another little Salmon Parr. There we go. Baby. So trouble fishing maggot, as you do get them. Corn in, and then I'm going to present the bait right in amongst it. Oh, that's a big grayling. Speaking to Clayton, there's been a couple of £3 grayling come out the last couple of weeks. And that is a lovely specimen fish. And I think there is a couple of bigger ones in here. I can see him. There's one. There's a fish. It's another trout though. We don't want that. Well, we do, but it's not what we're after. And that's going to disturb that swim massively. Let's get him out of there. Oh, leaping clear. That's another trout. Yeah, not what we want, but once I've caught one or two trout, I don't want any more. You can just hold on there in that tide. You can see it out there. He's hanging in that tide. Oh, that's a better grayling. That's a better one. That is the one we wanted. It's not monster. That's much better though. Yeah, that's what we want. Alright, this is the one we wanted down there. Oh god, see, I can't bend down. This is much better. This is much better. Yeah, that's a nice grayling. Just got to play it ever so slowly, get him out of that current, over to this net which is waiting for him. And he's in the net. Oh no, he's out of the net, in the net. Yeah, he's in the net. Oh yes! Now that is a nice fish. That is much, much better. Now that is a much better fish. That is the one we're after. And there's, stay still. There's that lovely dorsal. Beautiful. So I've sort of fished out that swim and I've just moved, only slightly left. I've come over just to put my gear down and I saw about 7 trout just sitting on the surface, and there they are. Crazy, loads of them. Yeah, that's going to be that's going to be fun in a minute. Right, a bit different. One, I got warm, so I've taken my jumper off. And 2, I've just moved swims with something different. And there is a lot of trout in this swim, a lot. Well, hopefully I got you the angle. Yeah, you should be able to see all this. That's just some freebies going out. That is a lot of trout. And it shouldn't be too difficult to get them. I did come over here thinking there might be a chub or something in here, but they might be over the far bank, but feeder would have been my best bet with that. But I haven't brought that today. I've just gone float tactics today. So nothing's changed in terms of the rod, the rig. And here we go. I imagine this will be pretty instant. I was getting tiny little bites down deep, and it's a minnow. Oh, it's another species. Yeah, it's a minnow. That one fell to the corn. Oh, kingfisher just flew past. Nice. There we go, this will be number 10 as well if I get it in. And we do. That's trout number 10. Yeah, that's trout number 10. At this point, we're just shooting trout in a barrel. Yeah, not even, and they're just, there's hundreds in front of me, not hundreds, there's a good 15, 20 in front of me. There's another one. Oh, it's just silly now. Oh, that's a grayling, that's a grayling. I think that's a grayling. No, another trout. Caught a glimpse of it at the wrong angle, it looked like a grayling. It's not, it's another trout. Another trout. Have a good fight of it, this one. Good fight. Another one. Comfortable fishing this for me as well, sat down. There's the hook. And there is another brownie. And the lake's just here in front, the water is just here in front of me, so easy to put back. No harm done, he's not falling from height, straight into the water. And we go again. Cool. 12, sorry, 11. So got it or not? Yep, there we go, yep, we're on. There's another one. Another trout, 12. There's only so long I'll do this before I get bored. Another one. Here's another one. Really acrobatic. Yeah, there's a few freebies right in front of you. And there you go. There is some nice fish down there, but it is a little hard. There's one, there's one. There's one. And that there is another one. 14. There we go. Lovely another brown trout. And straight in there. Another one. Yeah, it's just like, it's quite literally shooting fish in a barrel now. This is 15. And there's a trout. Well, that is the end of my Amputee Angler session down on the River Itchen. We had 20 trout, and I'm putting a sea trout in with those. It's probably more like 17 brown trout, 3 sea trout, but 20 trout. Salmon Parr, minnows, and we of course had the lady of the stream, the grayling. Not as many as I would have hoped, or the sizes, but nevertheless we had some. Another good fun afternoon, morning down on the Itchen. Great fun. If you're looking to come and do a bit of trout fishing or just branch out a little bit, this beat is really, really nice. It's private. Like I said, £32.50. Book it on FishPal. Links in the description. Can't go wrong. Thanks for watching.